What's going on, guys? It's John DeYoung here, and today I want to talk to you about open banking, when it's coming into play, what it means when all of our customer data is shared between financial institutions, and how it's going to impact lending in the property market. Open banking is going to give you more control over the data that lenders hold on you, and will allow you to ask that your data be sent to other lenders. Whether this is a good or bad thing, we'll get into, but essentially there's no more hiding financial statements, bank accounts between multiple lenders, and every single transaction will be accounted for. Open banking in Australia is free, and there are 4 main categories of data that will be shared, including product data, customer data, account data, and transaction data. Product data is information about interest rates, fees, and features of the product. Customer data is your personal information such as email and home address. Account data includes specific accounts, their balances, direct debits, and regular repayments. And transaction data represents all the transactions from your accounts, including how much you spend and what you spend it on. On the 1st of August 2019, open banking legislation was passed in Australian Parliament, which requires the Big 4 banks to provide access to this data in 2 phases. Customer, account, and transaction data will be shared from February 2020. Followed by mortgage and offset data in Phase 2 being released in July 2020. Non-major banks will also have to provide this data. They do, however, have a little bit more time to get everything organised. The 2 phases will be released exactly 1 year later, with Phase 1 due in February 2021 and Phase 2 due in July 2021. So, depending on who you bank with, from these dates you'll be able to request that your data be asked to be sent to another authorised deposit-taking institute or third-party company, as long as they have an accreditation to have your data. Also, if you're loving this content, make sure you smash that like button. The main goal here is for the banks to use this data to provide tailored products and services based on your financial situation. Essentially, it's less privacy for us and more exposure for the banks to sell you another product that you don't need, such as a credit card or some type of personal loan. It also means that all of your spending habits in minute detail will be fully exposed to any bank or company you choose to share your data with. So hopefully it's less of a sales pitch for another credit card and more of a we can't approve you for this credit card because of your recent spending habits. This isn't the only recent change to expose our banking habits. Since the 1st of July 2018, comprehensive credit reporting came into play, where the banks were required to share positive credit events such as a regular payment. Previously, only negative credit feedback was reported on, such as a missed payment. The positive side to open banking is the whole loan application process will now be a lot more automated. Currently and historically, all financial statements had to be provided anyway. But with data being shared in the same or similar format, the banks will have a certain criteria that predetermines if your loan is approved or declined, hopefully with significantly less wait time. This goes for all other products and services too. Banks will propose the best solution that suits your financial circumstances, and should make switching between banks for any other product or service much easier and faster, as all of our customer data is already being shared. This should encourage competition between the banks, as switching has never been easier. You will also be able to direct your banking data into other things such as budgeting apps, which will help manage, categorize, track, and optimize your money, allowing you to make better and more informed choices before buying those new sneakers. This will drive innovation in the financial sector, hopefully helping you to save money rather than spend it. On top of this, it's been said, and I don't know if it's something that they're just trying to sell us on to make us feel more comfortable sharing our data, but we may be able to lock in a more competitive interest rate based on good financial habits, as banks will compete for customers with cleaner financial records. This is both a blessing and a curse. For those with clean records, getting a better product and a lower rate will be a breeze. However, for those already struggling financially or can't shake bad spending habits, it will make it even tougher for them to get financially ahead without 3 to 6 months of cleaner records. Obviously, sharing very personal data is a little concerning for everyone, and holding individuals ransom because of their historical transactions isn't a fair predetermination, especially with automated declines being issued based on this data. As if it wasn't hard enough for people seeking home loans already, banks are now using a fine-tooth comb to go over our spending habits to ensure we can make mortgage repayments. And with open banking, everything is fully exposed. This may also lead to more cash transactions from people who can't shake those bad spending habits and don't want it accounted for. And maybe this is why in the 2018 and 2019 budget, the government announced it would introduce an economy-wide cash payment limit of $10,000 for payments made and accepted by businesses for goods and services. Ultimately, the biggest concern is the safety of the data now being shared. Anyone participating in open banking will need to adhere to strict security standards when accessing and storing the data, and will be subject to the Privacy Act. But don't forget that these organizations have access to your data at your request, and from there they can do what they want with it internally. For the property sector specifically, hopefully open banking drives home loan package competitiveness, streamlines the pre-approval process for new home loans, and pushes innovation through budgeting tools, mortgage repayment calculators, and property planning models. If open banking is used for good to help people already having financial struggles get back on top, instead of ramming another personalized credit card package advertisement into their inbox, then I think open banking will be a benefit to Australia. I want to know how you guys feel about open banking. Leave it down in the comment section below. As always, seek your own professional financial, legal, and property investing advice for your current situation. These videos are just my opinion and are general in nature and should never be considered as personal advice. If you're keen for more content, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification button so you don't miss a video. And until next time, happy house hunting.